I've made this link tree so it's easier for you guys to get into contact with me. If you want to find out more about the course, it's over on my Buy Me a Beer. If you want to simply get into contact with me, it's over on my crypto Twitter or my crypto Instagram. How's it going, YouTube? It's Louis Crypto here. I'm back with another XRP update. Thank you guys for the patience over the weekend. I did make some updates on some other cryptos. I'll be looking to do that more often in the future, so make sure you do subscribe. YouTube is all about boosting the algorithm, so about engagement. So make sure you do like, comment, share, and subscribe if you can. Now, XRP did actually come up to this double bottom neckline, and unfortunately, after breaking out, it invalidated the breakout, so it's actually confirming it as resistance. Although, yes, it's positive that we closed above the 200 EMA, we are still yet to close above this high over here. So above this support, resistance, now a support, but still trapped below this resistance. So we have a higher high with the actual wicks, but not with the bodies yet, a lower high with the bodies. So in the last few updates, I gave some key areas of support that I'm expecting to be retested after this confirmation of this wick rejection, signaling that the bears are now trying to step in, because price was up here at 58 cents. And so they've stepped in and didn't like price being this high and pushed it back down towards 51. So now I'm going to scale down, turn on my drawings and go to the daily time frame. And what we can see over here on the daily is that this point with this arrow over here was our pivot point to actually head up to here. So going forward, I do not want to lose this location. We can see that's tying up very nicely with an old pattern that actually validated and invalidated itself. It's this shoulder, head, and shoulders pattern over here. We actually came down and validated the pattern, but by holding this horizontal support, we've actually reclaimed it and invalidated the pattern. So the target would have been from the top to the bottom here, and our target on this breakdown would have been about, let's see, 19.8 cents. So this would have been our technical target for XRP, and on this breakdown, again, this is on the daily time frame, so within that same day, you'd come down all the way to 30 cents, and then reversed and actually closed at 34, almost 35 cents. So an incredible rally after coming back down to a psychological level of 30 cents. So you could say that is why we had this bounce, because it is a psychological level. Not only that, it's a horizontal support. So whenever you do see these upward sloping or any sloping head and shoulders patterns, I would recommend also drawing a horizontal neckline. This is something that I spoke about in the last XRP update. I showed you briefly the quant chart where there was an upward sloping one as well as a horizontal one. All the upward sloping one is saying, yes, it's valid. However, you could get a bounce from here. And so that's why, personally, when I'm looking at head and shoulders patterns, I like to draw a horizontal one. Just a horizontal line. This is not necessarily the neckline anymore of the head and shoulders pattern, because the neckline would be over here, as we have the left shoulders finishing over here and the right shoulder over here. So I'll draw points going through those two, and of course it is upward trending, but I'm looking to the left at the lowest support on the left, and then I see the horizontal support over there, the lowest one, with the bodies as well closing over here. So that's why I'm also using this, and we can see exactly why it's good to tend to get used to this trick. Basically get used to it, so yeah, you're not getting tricked by these head and shoulders patterns, because again, we've invalidated it. It's no longer happening. But please understand, although it's no longer happening and we've created this massive double bottom on the weekly, you could still come back down to this point. Now, it wouldn't look like a head and shoulders anymore as we've come up to here, but if you were to lose this trend line, you would revalidate that head and shoulders pattern target again down to 19-20 cents. However, again, if you do lose this area, this is still another level of support where you could get a bounce that reclaims this neckline. But again, we're not seeing any of that at the moment. I'm just wanted to prepare you for the bearish scenario. But in the last few updates, I've given you two key areas of support. First of all, we had broken out of this green resistance. I'm going to show you how I got this. I think it's from here to there. And we can see that was actually our golden pocket. So between the 0.5 fib and the 0.618. So we had our big wave down to here. And then we reversed and came straight back up to the 0.5, where we were actually looking for continuation lower. But as I just explained, this was actually meant to go lower. We had the pattern, the fibs were saying we're going lower, and then it stopped listening to the fibs. It stopped listening to the downtrend, basically. So this is what we actually tend to see in uptrends, in bull markets, in other words. So in bull markets, we see these bearish patterns that fail. Just as in the bear market, we saw all these W patterns that kept on failing. They're tricks. So in bull markets, the selling patterns are tricks. So could this be the very beginning of a bull market, simply because this is actually the first time that we're seeing a bearish pattern, for the argument's sake, during the bear market, that's not actually been listened to. So is it really the bear market? This is why we're getting more and more confluence or confirmations that this could be the bull market. So again, the fact that this is now trying to become a double bottom on the weekly time frame is a very distinctive signal. Basically, again, we had this weekly head and shoulders. It was on the daily, on the 4 hour, but also on the weekly time frame. So something that can't be ignored. And again, on that weekly time frame, you can see that the weekly closed above, never validating that pattern. Essentially, that's what the weekly time frame is saying, as well as the daily. And now we've created the reversal wave. Can you see, after measuring this wave down, we came into the golden pocket on 2 occasions and now flipping it into support. So now we're above it. We want to see it held as support. So that's why I wouldn't be surprised if we return to this location, as we see on the weekly time frame, it hasn't been respected as support. It doesn't necessarily need to come all the way back down to there. This is why I've also drawn this gold level. Now, what I would say is this is a swing high. This is just a high, full stop. And then we made our higher low, and then we made our new higher high. So in completing that, right now we're trying to form a new higher low. And our 20 EMA is sitting very nicely on this previous high. So could this be now flipping into support? This is why this is on the chart, as well as the fact that we have a golden pocket there. So not only is it are we measuring this resistance from the body close to the wick over there, it's also our golden pocket over here. So this is a key level of support I'm looking at. But I'm also going to drag this, not just from that point, to my pivot point, which is what sent us higher. And we can see now, so the old fibs are these two values, and the new fibs between there are these two values. So we got 2 different fibs with 2 different meanings, because this one over here, we came down, we're meant to run into the green box on this over here, and then continue lower than this. So from this point right there, you're meant to just continue low, and this is when we should have gone to our 19-cent target, just like that. But we saw we invalidated that. Again, you had another chance over here to go to our 19-cent target, but we can see we use that as our pivot point. We essentially just kept on holding this dotted line, use that as our pivot point to get sent up. So we can see that we eventually created the reversal wave with these fibs, because again, should not have gotten above this. We're meant to go lower. We've created the reversal wave. This means we should head back to the top. Once we get above this green box, it means we should head back to the top. Boom, you've done that first step. Now we're rejecting it as resistance, we're confirming it as resistance. Let's now come back to where we just came from. And as we see, the first time on the left here that we came into this resistance, where did we dump to? The green box. So this is now our range, guys. What was once our top over here, and we're having dumps, if we ever come back down to it, now that we're above it, it should act as support. And this is what the golden pockets are saying. This is what the EMAs are saying. So we got a lot of confluence. If you don't understand what's going on, I do have things in place to help you out to become a self-sufficient trader. You can have zero knowledge already. Now, I have a discount at the moment that's £90 for my course. It's 6 hours long and 35 plus videos. You can take action on my link tree. Again, it's in the top right corner or in the description down below, where you can find a discount through my Buy Me a Beer link. You can find more information on the course and the one-to-one mentorship over there on my Buy Me a Beer link, or you can private message me. There are other links to my Twitter and Instagram as well. Don't forget, as I mentioned in my update earlier today in the Quant and HBAR, or in the HBAR update, I've now opened up my group chat to the public. It's not specifically a signals group chat, but you can find more information on it through my Buy Me a Beer link on my link tree. Now, I do review past trades. Again, I can briefly show you what I've done today in the chat. So here, I will be posting more exclusive content in here. So I'm going to potentially be stopping doing the Bitcoin videos for the public and start making that exclusive in here, as well as Ethereum update. So this is just a trade that I did on the Dow today. I put my stop loss on this previous low. I saw that this resistance had been flipped into support, and I entered over here quite aggressively, to be honest, and I put my stop loss below the 20 just in case we came back to it, because it was sort of mid-air. Can we see we were kind of mid-air. Let me zoom in a little bit. We were kind of mid-air over here, but I did see a bullish candlestick pattern, and so I just looked for my stop loss to be below that low, as this is where we found support on a previous resistance. So going below that would invalidate any further upside. So I got quite lucky that I put 2 entries. I was so convinced when I entered that when we came down, I got thrown off a little bit here as we lost the 20. So I just waited, and then we reclaimed it, and then I entered further positions with more leverage, double the leverage, just because now I had reclaimed the 20. I was pretty certain that we're not going to come down to there. This is our new higher low, and we're not going to return to there. So I kept my for the next trade, I could just put my stop loss in the same location. We had another scare over here, but look, in one candle, boom, both met the target. This was like this second position was like a 3-to-1. This was like a 1.5-to-1. I'll go through this again. I explained it all over here, but yeah, I explained that all over there. But yeah, if you want to be part of that group chat, you now know what to do. So that's all over on my link tree. You can find the Buy Me a Beer link, as well as my Twitter and Instagram links. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Looking for these key areas to hold a support. Again, it's now our range low because we're at this range high and rejecting it. So in the past, we came back down to that level for support. We've got multiple reasons why this is going to be support. So are we going to find support on this one over here where the 20 is, or come back down a little bit deeper? Again, that's all XRP needs to do to actually get this continuation to 60 and 90 cent. And that's it for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll catch you in my Discord. Cheers. There's a link tree in the comment section or the description down below, or even in the top right corner. You can just click it over here somewhere, and yeah, it can take you to my crypto Twitter, Instagram, where you can private message me. If you want to actually just take action on the course or the mentorship without talking to me, head over to my Buy Me a Beer. Now, bring up a page looking like this. You can even get one single mentorship session anyway, but all the details that you need here, you get 10 sessions, and here you get 30 plus videos, 6-hour course, and yeah, all the information you need is over here.